love, and I'll share,
we can connect each other.
Share all that information.
Technically speaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alan, you mentioned me on yesterday that in nowadays the new age of curanderos, they are expanding passports, like certificates of curanderos. As you mentioned me, you have in mind a proposal.
Yeah.
About this.
Well, there was years ago. I've been here 19 years. There was a school in Iquitos for curanderos, and you would go there and you would sign up, and then they would send you off into the jungle for, to begin with, like 40 days, and then later 120 days. If you're going off in the jungle to learn plants and to drink ayahuasca, learn how to cook, and you're going off with another healer, so they're teaching the things in solitude, and you come back and you get like a level 1 certificate showing that you've reached this level, and you want to go on to another level. Then you go with another shaman who's more advanced, and you keep learning that way. That no longer exists. So the problem here is that who really is a curandero you can trust and who isn't. And people in the first world are believing more and more, and some people are getting information fed into them, downloaded. From where it comes from, we don't know, but it's coming from somewhere. A lot of them think they're being downloaded, and they're just fabricating it out of their own mind. But they come here, and they arrive at the airport in Iquitos, knowing that they're supposed to come down here and learn to be the shaman and learn the ways. And they have done no research whatsoever, so they get to the airport, and there's 500 three-wheeled motor cars waiting on them, and everyone's screaming, me, and they say, hey, you need a motor car? Yeah. And you get in a motor car, and they say, okay, where are you going? You go, well, I don't know. I was guided to come here, and I know. Well, what do you want? Well, I came down to find a shaman, because I was told just to come. Oh, well, that's no problem. My uncle's a shaman. You just come with me. And they go there and they get robbed. Women can get raped. They get given toei, datura, which can kill you or can just derange your mind forever. And they get abused. So, and there's other people that are a little more sophisticated. They have established a little camp. And they, while they used to be motor car drivers, perhaps, now they have a little camp. And they put on the clothes and they learn how to cook something. And then they bring people there and they pretend to play the game. And the people pay them a lot more money. They're dangerous, and so the only way to solve this is to have like card-carrying, credit-checked, card-carrying members of an organization that are approved as safe ayahuasqueros.
Yes.
So I've been to this point several times before in the past, from like 8 years ago, trying to get it done, and it always gets bogged down on the point was I want to have a central board of directors, say of 5 legitimate, good ayahuasqueros. And then from there, everyone else that wants to be a member of this group would interview with these 5 and see if they know enough that they can also have a card carrying with a photograph on there, be a member of the group. And then it gets down to, well, who's going to be a member of the group, the first 5? And so then you sit around and then this person thinks that person, everyone's got their special people.
Yeah.
So it just gets insane. So then, and there's some arguments. Then just, so I'm tired of this. So I've been here 19 years. And if anybody could pick them, I'm probably the best one. So I'm just going to pick 5 that I know are absolutely brilliant, excellent ayahuasqueros, as well as at my conference every year I do on shamanism. I handpick the finest shamans, curanderos around in the Upper Amazon, bring some in from Ecuador, had one in from Africa, as well as Andes shamans working in San Pedro Huachuma. And I'm going to pick 5, and they will establish the board of directors, and from there people can interview with them. There'll be Soga de la Alma, which is the church that I set up here 10 years ago. It's registered, the sacraments ayahuasca or San Pedro. And I have hundreds of members around the world. So this will be approved by Soga de Alma curanderos.
Oh, that's good.
And then they would have their photo check, and then you get a hold of the Lonely Planet and the other guidebooks and let them know to please, if you're coming down here, to ask for someone who's a member of this. That means that they're approved. They're guaranteed. That's the only solution I know.
Yeah, it's nice. As you mentioned, Africa.
Yeah.
Is that ibogaine?
That's iboga. Ibogaine is the alkaloid that comes from a plant. It's a bush, and it's the roots. It's a coming of age sacred medicine that they take, because as a child, when you're growing up in a small village, especially like me, I'm from a small town. So you get to be known as the artist or the clown or the intelligent or the idiot or the smartass. And you get these nicknames also. And if you stay in that village, they'll stay with you for the rest of your life. You are not allowed to change. You get stamped.
Yeah.
And you have to stay that way. So they've learned this, the Bawiti tribe especially. So at, say, 12, 13 years old, in order for them to enter the new phase of their life into adulthood, they bring them in and they paint them with these incredible colors. And they give them this iboga drink, which lasts maybe 24 hours. And your ancestors come to you. And you're watched over by the village people. And you're hallucinating and having visions, but your ancestors come and explain to you why you are the way you are, why you have these habits and things that you do. And so when you're finished, it's just as if your life has been on a blackboard and you're able to take an eraser and just go, okay, now you have an empty slate. Everyone's empty. We're all clean. Let's start our life fresh right now and become who you need to become. Iboga. So it's also been used by, the United States has a clinic run by Dr. Deborah Mash off the coast of Florida.
Okay.
And she's been treating people with ibogaine now for probably 15 years. The United States has declared that ibogaine is illegal. It's non-addictive, like ayahuasca. It's non-addictive. It's not a narcotic. It's only does good for your body. But the governments will say, well, it's your mind. We can't control your mind, so we're going to have to make that illegal because we have to control your mind. So, but she's been using it to cure addicts. It's an incredible cure for people with heroin and cocaine and alcoholism. Probably the 80% cure rate. Recidivism rates are probably pretty low too. Whereas people doing cures with ayahuasca, it works also. Recidivism rates are high because generally you're working with the type of people who are, in general, lower class. They don't have the willpower. So while you have them in an area, say for a year, doing a diet and drinking ayahuasca, and then they leave, normally they're going to go back to the same area where they came from, with the same friends they had before, and the same habits of playing, having fun, and that's doing coke.
Well, our next task when we coming back now to Europe is working with Ibogana.
Oh, is this in Lithuania?
Lithuania.
Ah,
yes.
okay, Lithuania.
So our next experience from here is